Students are going to the Scripps Lab to learn what it means to be social media savvy. Some classes are even requiring to go to at least one session of the Social Media Week. The guy you just saw was Brandon Darr, and he tells us that the Center for Student Engagement was run under the Central Program Council. Well, it won't be like that for long. They are now the Campus Events Board, and that was their last event for this year. Earlier this month, a bill seeking to defund the office was officially withdrawn. The university continues to host even more multicultural events and forums to promote diversity and inclusion on campus. So why did Dr. Schmidt choose the University of Tennessee to tell us of his explorations on the moon? Sigma Alpha Epsilon at the University of Tennessee holds their 36th annual boxing tournament this year. Boxers sign up from different fraternities and train for months for the competition, with all ticket sale proceeds going to the Golden Glove Gym. The gym is used several days a week by Greek members to train and enhance performance so that when it's time for the big show, they can be well prepared for the competition. Golden Glove is also home to regulars who have been going to the gym for years. Some come from impoverished neighborhoods and look at boxing as a means of hope. SAE's boxing weekend generally raises over $70,000 for the upkeep of the gym, and it continues to be the biggest Greek charity event on UT's campus. Garrett Smith is a UT senior boxing for the fraternity of Beta Theta Pi. He says he's trained all summer in hopes of winning his weight class division and has enjoyed learning about the impact the tournament makes on Golden Glove.
It brings a lot of life and a lot of happiness and a lot of, after-school opportunities to some kids over here that really need it.
He loves training with his fellow Greek members, but the tournament means more to him than just a title.
I really just wanted to make something different of it for the Lord. I felt like, a lot of people take a chance to go crazy during this weekend, and I felt like if I maybe won or performed well in the boxing tournament, I might be able to show people that it's not all about, to the winner goes the spoils necessarily. I want to do something for a higher purpose.
No matter who wins in the ring, each Greek member at UT can know they are supporting kids that appreciate boxing at Golden Glove and all the benefits that come with it. For UT Today, I'm Nick Patillo. UT held its 5th annual Social Media Week at the Scripps Lab in the Communications Building Monday, March 28th. The event kicked off with Knox County Mayor Tim Burchett and Knoxville City Mayor Madeline Rogero announcing the start of the event and acknowledging the construction of a new facility. The new room will be called the Adam Brown Social Media Command Center and will open on April 18th for students and faculty. Social media is being utilized throughout the world in our generation. It's used for news consumption, marketing, and business analysis. But what are UT students using it for?
I guess encourage people in the community that I'm surrounded by.
Kind of just keeping up to date with all the news and stuff, my friends and whatnot.
Keep me entertained while I'm in class.
I pretty much just upload a bunch of pictures, but I never post anything.
Students are going to the Scripps Lab to learn what it means to be social media savvy. Some classes are even requiring to go to at least one session of the Social Media Week. The week was filled with alumni who came out of the Communications College and are now using social media in their professions more than ever. Dr. Courtney Childers, Associate Professor of Advertising at the university, helped to put this whole event together.
In the planning stages, it's really important to initiate conversations with as many of alums as possible and get them back to campus, especially those that are very successful in the digital and social career paths.
The college is excited to open up their new command center and see what the future holds in social media. On December 6, 1972, the last Apollo mission, Apollo 17, was underway. It was the last time the U.S. had visited the moon, and Dr. Harrison Jack Schmidt was the last to step on its soil. Dr. Schmidt held a seminar titled To the Moon, Alice, in the Toyota Auditorium of the Howard Baker Center to discuss his travels in their spacecraft, the Challenger, and shed light to new ideas for NASA in the future. He was the geologist of his crew, receiving his Ph.D. from Harvard, and was responsible for the extravehicular activity on the lunar surface. So why did Dr. Schmidt choose the University of Tennessee to tell us of his explorations on the moon?
Well, Larry was one of the significant young scientists that were wandering around Apollo buildings down at the Johnson Space Center. Then we called it the Manned Spacecraft Center.
During his EVA, there was a voice in his ear along the way. UT geochemistry professor Dr. Larry Taylor directly advised Schmidt during his lunar activity, and they soon became close friends.
I said one time during a talk that, maybe the rock boxes were actually floating in the bottom of the lunar module in some broken urine bags. And at that time, Jack stood up in the audience and said, "Are you telling me I peed on my rocks?" So that was the beginning of our friendship.
Both Dr. Schmidt and Dr. Taylor were highly invested in the study of lunar rocks, and Taylor still does independent research on the side at the university. Many students and faculty came to hear about Dr. Schmidt's journey, and some of his points sparked interest.
Using the moon as a stepping stone to get to Mars, I love that idea. I love the idea of creating an agency specific for that.
This has been Dr. Schmidt's third visit to the university, and with this friendship still being a strong one, it most likely won't be his last.
I would hope so, as long as I'm around, for sure.
For UT Today, I'm Nick Patillo.